Morning. My name is Raimundo Lozano, and today's topic is money does not buy happiness. We live in a world today where we believe that new cars, new houses, expensive jewelry, expensive clothes will give us happiness. But the reality is that it just doesn't. True happiness comes from within, not from the possessions that can be bought. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time, said by Jim Rohn. At the end of the day, money is good to have, don't get me wrong. It helps you reduce stress that comes from not having money. But money cannot buy you health, time, a home, a family. I believe you should listen to me due to the reason that the world we live in makes us think that money can buy you happiness, and that's the only way you'll reach happiness. Money just doesn't buy happiness. I have conducted an interview with the three social classes: lower class, middle class, and upper class. Today, I'll be discussing my topic, and I will explain how money has a negative effect on humans. I will establish the content collected from my interviews, and I'll finally explain how money is just a temporal solution for happiness. My first claim is money has a negative effect on humans. The following studies show how money has a negative effect on humans. Ed Diner, a researcher who has spent over 30 years on well being, states that a higher income may mean more work, less leisure time, and fewer strong social connections. We as humans don't always know what makes us happy because our society values money so much. We believe that money will bring us happiness, and so we don't pay attention to what actually makes us happy. The happiness of acquiring goods is always stationary. It always wears out. For example, we might really be excited to buy a better car, a newer car. But once we buy that car, we'll just get adjusted to it and it's just gonna be another car. It's not gonna be something special, something that makes you happy. It's just another car at the end of the day. It brings you happiness for a certain amount of time. We adjust our expectations upwards. As our income goes up, we feel the need to buy more expensive stuff, things we already have. Our wants can be instinctual. The more we get, the more we want. This can lead to a large debt and stress that brings that. Greater materialism is associated with a host of negative effects: lower self-esteem, greater narcissism, less empathy, and more conflicted relationships. Several studies have shown that wealth may be the odds with empathy and compassion. Research published in the journal Psychological Science found that people of lower economical status were betting at reading other people's facial expression as important marker of empathy. The wealthier people, extremely affluent people, actually suffer from higher rates of depression. Some data has suggested that money itself doesn't leave dissatisfaction. Instead, it's a ceaseless striving for wealth, material possessions that may lead to unhappiness. Materialistic values have ever been linked with lower relationship satisfaction. Worrying about money clearly impacts our well being in major ways. And in that struggle, it is difficult to see beyond the needs of the day. But if we can take a moment, we can recognize that we still have ways to enhance our well being. We have choices about how we spend both money and time. And we can see the truth of what might initially seem strife. The most important pleasure in life cannot be bought. What really brings us satisfaction in life are relationships, purpose, meaning, and connecting with nature. If we can remember that, we can find ways to enhance our well being. My second claim is the interviews with the three social classes. As I mentioned previously, the lower class, the middle class, and the upper class. The interviewees were Vincent, Sonia, and Mike. Representing the lower class was Vincent. He was homeless for he's been homeless for over 16 years due to a failed marriage and a drug abuse. Representing the middle class was Sonia. She was a restaurant owner and forms part of the middle class. Representing the higher class is Mike. He is the owner of a very successful company. The first question I asked to my interviews was, are you happy with your current life? Vincent said, of course I am. I might not have the luxury of owning a house or knowing when my next meal is, but I'm able to walk, I'm able to see, and I'm able to breathe every day. Sonia said she is happy, but wished she had more money so she could worry less about her bills. Finally, Mike said he was content and wished he had more time to meet other people. My second question was, do you believe money would solve your problems? Vincent answered, yes. Sonia immediately responded with a short but fast yes. Mike, on the other hand, said no. I proceeded to ask him why. He answered, when I was younger, I always believed that money would solve all my problems. And for a short period of time, it did. Until I realized that everything I had to lose to gain that money. I never gave my chance. I never gave myself a chance to go out and enjoy my life. Money became my life. Now I'm 47 years old, and every day I go, I regret not enjoying life. After the short interview, I realized that money can't solve all of your problems. Money can solve some of your problems, but it cannot buy you time back. Third claim is how happiness money how money buys you temporal happiness. Psychologist studies show that wealthier people are the more intense negative emotions to show more intense negative emotions to experiences they face. These studies do not link wealthier with greater experience happiness. Focusing on the illusion that money makes you happy may have an unexpected side effect. In fact, wealth may make your life worse. A new survey from the Spectrum Group finds that only 20% of affluent and wealthy investors agree that money can buy you happiness. However, nearly half disagreed with this statement, and the rest didn't agree or disagree, meaning that over 60% disagreed on the fact that money can buy you happiness. If I had loads of money, I would have temporarily be happy. I would buy nice clothes, a new house, pay off my mom's debt, and try to travel all around the world. I would want to be with my family too, and friends more. My grandmother always says that she doesn't need $1 million to be happy. As long as she sees us and lives long enough to see her great grandchildren, she'll be happy. If I couldn't use money to give to charity and to provide support and love to my family and friends, it wouldn't have any value to me. Family and friends will always be more important than money when it comes to happiness for me. In my family, I've been taught that money isn't a factor to be happy. Time is something we should enjoy at all time and never wasted it and always try to be happy. Today, I've discussed my topic in which I explain how money doesn't buy you happiness. How my interviews answered some of my questions, and how the effects money has on people. Don't let money fool you into thinking. No, don't let society fool you into thinking money will buy you happiness, because it won't. Money doesn't buy happiness. Thank you.